Looking 5 years out, Anthony, do you think the winning firms will be the ones who rely heavily on AI-based governance tools, or those who double down on human relationships and trust? And where do you see your company, Mercer? The same question applies to everybody.
I think AI is an arms race. I think we're in the early innings of it. So I think 5 years out, and I think you hit a couple themes here, right? Where small has an advantage over big. And I think eventually AI flattens org charts and makes big firms a little bit more easy to navigate, but efficiency. Okay, so I think the big thing about it, you talked about missing investment opportunity. ODD is a tax on the industry. It takes time on both sides. It's labor heavy and it's research. The quicker we could do our job, the more efficient we could do our job. And there's limits of humans, right? We talked about human judgment, all the good things about humans, but if you send two people to an ODD meeting and sit for 6.5 hours and have a very deep financial conversation, what were the moods of those people that day? You know, did I hire the 40 best note takers in the world? I don't think so. So this is where AI is really going to do it, but it's not without people. It's getting the right people that have that forward-thinking mindset of a technology that's going to continuously evolve. I kind of see two camps of ODD professionals. You have the job huggers, and you have the people that see the light of this tool being such a tremendous aid to take away some of the worst parts of this job, the actual writing, the actual reading the footnotes. And I just think it's going to be a very, very uplifted industry of efficiency, a much more of a sharing ecosystem, particularly with the smaller, more nimble managers sort of entering the fray. I'm very optimistic about the next 5 years. I don't think we're all going to be here in 5 years. I do think this is going to lead to more consolidation that we're seeing, more partnerships, more mergers and acquisitions, because some managers aren't going to be able to do some of the things that are needed to be done in 5 years.
Extremely expensive as well, time consuming. It's all data science. So Jennifer and Alena.
I share Anthony's optimism about the efficiency that AI is bringing to the operational due diligence process. I don't believe that it will replace ODD analysts. As Elena was saying, it's the transparency and the human judgment that is really the key element of the ODD process. So I would hope in 5 years, our small AI agent that we just developed in September will really bring further efficiencies to our process. We're looking at 500 of our historical reports to see where our personal biases are and seeing where our inconsistencies are. So we're hoping that this tool will really shape our process going forward.
And I will be brief. I think the future, ODD analysts learning from AI and AI learning from ODD analysts, we have to be flexible. We have to retool ourselves. Looking forward, we have to make sure that we are flexible enough to be in the future, to be in the driver's seat. So with AI help, and being efficient. So definitely the collaboration is very important.
A little bit different question. You're an attorney, so it's a little bit different. How is this affecting your work?
Well, I don't think that the laws and regulations have caught up at all yet. I think that's going to take the longest process, but we definitely have more interest in funds investing in digital assets, wanting to subscribe and pay for things with digital assets. So that's shaping the way that we are forming the documents and everything. And once the legislation catches up, hopefully we will be ready.
Robert?
You know, I'm very curious, I guess, looking forward. I think we need more ODD on AI to get comfortable, because if we become too dependent on it and we have an outage or some type of a business continuity issue, and now we've ingrained this new great tool in so many processes where we don't have the people to back it up, it could cause some tremendous issues. I mean, it's obviously solving so many things before we get there, but I think it's important not to ignore the risks associated with our dependence on it as well. Kind of like, you know, I relate it to pilots. I think the more modern pilots fly by the wire, and most aircraft does the flying for themselves, but those systems fail. And the new pilot now all of a sudden doesn't know how to fly the aircraft, but the old pilot still does. You know, you could apply the same metaphors to engineers and other technical.
Perfect analogy. And so we'll end our discussion right here. Thank you.